What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ange here. And I want to give y'all a little bit of a story time, that little unveiling of what my day was like today. So I had a little bit more of a spiritual day. A lot of the days that I prefer to be executing, but I feel like, are we all really executing in the direction of where we're trying to head? And I am. I believe we all are, but there's always a piece of clarity that I feel like I'm always trying to come back to. And so today I managed to get this book. It's called it's a grateful book. It's something I got at the dollar store. You fill it out. It's just speaking about how grateful works, what grateful is, what it means to be grateful, the explanation behind it, and I think it's a great book. It was only a few pages in that I managed to do, but what it did was ask me, who am I grateful for? Reflecting on people who have made an impact. It had it had about 7 or 8 names, lines there listed. So you put the name, and you also put why. So initially, when I did it, I had wrote a quick 7, but then I expanded my vision. I reread what the description was: people who played a pivotal role in your life. And I had to add in some teachers and particular individuals in there to really um meet the full potential of what the ask was, because it's who are these people who managed to flip a switch or just played a very vital role in your life. And so for the last line of the who and why, the entire process flowed very smoothly until I got to the last line, because I said on the last line the person I put was me and I. So me and I. And I started this about 7 a.m. and not until about 3 p.m. I was able to fully articulate my answer. And so let me actually pull out exactly what I read. So what I wanted to do with it was, I said, why am I grateful for myself? Why, not even for myself, why am I grateful for me and I? And what I was trying to determine is what the separation between me and I are. Because I wrote down a definition where you have me. I wrote down on a piece of paper all the affirmations and things I've asked for in the past, and just who I want to become. Because a lot of things for affirmations, how people tell you to write it, it has a lot to do with things you want to obtain, a dollar amount, versus who you want to become. And I feel like for a lot of my affirmations, it has more to do with who I'd like to become, as opposed to things I'd physically like to obtain. Okay, $1 million, etc., whatever the case may be. I feel like mine are more particular to who it is that I would rather become. And I read all my notes over, majority of them, and got a great sense of who it is I intend to be, or who me is, right? Because again, we're separating the me from the And I was watching a video from Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor is the gentleman who really changed my life back in 2000. Where I watched one of his videos, and he was explaining the difference between he was explaining how people do not truly understand and know themselves. Where, if you ask who, well, are we good? Sorry, guys, I was getting a phone call. So it comes down to, he's explaining that people aren't really know who they are. You have me, you have I, and where he explains the name. Say like your name. Your name was given to you from your parents, your body, your temple was given to you from a higher source, but you know, your eye color, your talents, your things along those lines, like there's a very big difference between their you and the I. Or the me, how I like to say me and I, where I is your thoughts, I is what you're thinking, the voice in your head. It's something that's verbal. When you're saying, okay, I did this today, that's something that you're verbally telling yourself, or you know, someone is speaking to you, they're talking to the I that they see in you. They're talking to you and I, right? But me is your core. Me is the spirit. Me is the person who wants the best for myself. Me is the being, not the person, rather, is the being that wants the best for myself. Me is the person who's telling I can do something. Me is telling I you are the best. Me is telling I you have a dream, fulfill it. Me is telling I here's an idea. Me is telling I this is what to look for. Me is telling I this is what it should look like. Me is telling I this is what it should sound like, right? And so your me is what we ultimately need to listen to. Our I, which is our thoughts, are not always controlled by our me. So we really need to go ahead and listen to our me more versus our I, right? So I implore and encourage people to listen to your me, because your me will bring your greatest I. You know, I'm starting to go from me and I. So like myself, what I wrote down was in the Grateful Journal. But I said me and I. So why? I know the me that was created came from the love of the being me believes in completely. Me was given visions and feelings from this being, ones I must share with the world and the omniverse to create the impact this life needs to sustain and better its existence. I am fully capable of achieving it and being a being that is a physical representation of the greatness of this being. And every day I get closer to being this being. So this to me is saying, you know, at the beginning, I love the first three or so lines, is like, I know the me that was created from the love of a being me believes in completely. Me was given visions and feelings from this being, ones I must share with the world. Right? So where your ideas come from, your the being that you believe in, whatever you believe in, is the me inside you, or is powering that me inside you, that is powering that me, and that me is slowly but surely giving the I what it needs to produce on the outside. The me is creating your imagination. Me is creating your vision. Me is creating the 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 highest level of yourself. But that has to reflect from the I within you. So that's something that came across me today, or that was my enlightenment for today. And you know, I'm what this channel is I am a music artist, I am an entertainer, I am a founder, I am a lot of these things. And the reason I am these things, and I'm confident in saying I am these things, is because that's what the me is telling me. That is what me is are the visions that me gave me to be. And what I intend to do with this channel is be more of me. So although this might be my music channel, this is gonna be a me channel. and me is going to, make sure I live up to my me standard. So I hope everybody has a great day. I'm rocking with your boy. It's your boy Ange. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I hope this happened to help somebody or inspire somebody or give somebody some game. I will catch you guys in the next video. Sending love, good energy. We was live. It's your boy Ange. Peace.